episode
Hooray!
of Literary Gladiators. The show where we discuss and debate literature and hope that Charlie doesn't need an ambulance in all of its forms. If it's written work, it's game. Let's meet everyone on the panel.
Hello, I'm Larry.
Hey, I'm Austin.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Josh.
And I'm in pain.
And this is going to be a special 100th episode of our show.
You've been with us this long, thank you.
This is going to be an interactive episode, so some of the others, they may even submit some footage talking about things that they remember most and what they really enjoy about being on the show, which hopefully they have enjoyed their experiences of being on here.
Thank you for putting up with me.
But today we're going to be celebrating doing this for the 100th time, and this is it's going to be quite a day. So.
And it's all unscripted, so every time I get hurt or something happens.
Alrighty then. Let's begin with what do you like most about Literary Gladiators? Why do you enjoy it? And who wants to begin?
I'll go.
Already.
The reason that I like it, and the reason I keep coming back, is, there's a few reasons. One, I don't have a lot of opportunity in my life to discuss literature with people. So that's one reason. So, I always wanted to be part of a book club or be involved in the discussion of literature because I find it fascinating and I love to think about it. And so I just always wanted to be able to share my thoughts and listen to the thoughts of others. That's one. Two, it provides me the opportunity to read things that I probably would not otherwise read. Like I've been out of school a while, and I've been out of the liberal arts part of my education for even longer. So, it's a great opportunity for me to rediscover or to discover, these works of literature that I would not otherwise come across, most likely. So, that's why I'm grateful to you, Josh, for conceiving this idea, for inviting me to be a part of it. And, I hope to keep it going.
Larry was actually, originally, he was a sub during season 2. I had invited somebody and she had to back out because of a busy summer. So I asked Larry to come on board and he was happy to do so. And his first session, he just slammed it right out of the ballpark, and we've been inviting him back ever since.
Well, thank you for your kindness.
My pleasure. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
So for me, it's my first season with Literary Gladiators, so that's very exciting. But I think I've known about the project for a while because I'm friends with some of the other contributors. And I think the idea of really encouraging people to read and take time to enjoy literature is just really, really awesome. And I think kind of like what Larry was saying, the idea of having a book club to kind of force you to read, but also allow you to discuss literature is really awesome. But I think by kind of having an avenue where people can do that online, so instead of saying, okay, people who live in this town can have a book club, it's kind of a way to say, okay, we can have a book club on the internet, so we can read and then you can read and, through your comments and suggestions and things, still discuss back with us. So I think that's really awesome to get people involved in this bigger discussion on literature. I think that's really important, so that's what I really like about the show.
Most certainly, yeah, that's definitely, and once you get into BookTube, you're going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Charlie?
First of all, Josh and I, we go back to where we started off at Kane, and we graduated together. And what I like about the show, there's many things I enjoy about the show. I'm also the musical director, so and a lot of what I do with the drum solo, you'll see, I really didn't have too much, I didn't know what to really use for literature for the drums. So I just said, hey, you know what? It's written work, it's game, because drum solos can be written out. It takes a long time, but still. And Ari, he did an exceptional job with the closing credits as well. Mm-hmm. I like how he, I made some recommendations and it just comes out perfect. But also being with a great group of people, that also helps me. It looks, makes me look. It's
Scratched
also
is quite an amazing song.
yes, yeah. He did an exceptional job with that. Like I said, just being on a panel alone makes it does kind of go to my head, and I'll admit it a little bit, but it's it's that humbling experience when I'm with everyone, no matter who. Josh, Larry, and Austin, this is one of the first times you're with us, so welcome, of course, and it's also a great way to read. You all said read new things, and there were some books that I said I don't think I'll ever read that in my life, and you know what? No, I read it, and I said I liked it, and I would read it again, and I'm like, yeah, I like this. So, and of course, Josh is a very good friend of mine, so very good friend of mine.
I would say when it comes to the formation of the show, it all started in Dr. Bordelon's American literature classes.
This is a big shout out to you, my friend.
He's been on a few times since, and it started with his insightful questions and just the classmates that I had there and myself, and a cast of individuals with Charlie, with Cole, and so many Brianna.
And John Boy, and Ma, and Pa, and Grandma, and Mary Ellen, and wait, that's the
I think
Waltons.
you're naming, but
The Waltons.
otherwise,
I also love making the jokes and seeing how
I
they
thought about why don't we take this and move it onto
Exactly.
Create a web show out of it, and people were saying you should stop talking about it and start doing it, and
shut up and do it. And
that's
we
where
did.
it all began, and I think that what I enjoy most about the show is just what Austin said about the interaction that you're having
Yeah, as
with
well.
people
That's
about
something else.
books, reading, literature, written work, and it's just and the show has progressed so much. It was just the first for about 10 months, it was just our standard episodes, and we were just talking about the basic works at hand. But then, once we got into the BookTube community, we got a taste of what it's like there, and we evolved into putting together individual videos.
And we're constantly evolving.
Where we just talk about, we just celebrate books and literature in so many different ways. And I think that is important to have people who have a special common interest, encouraging others to do the same and giving them new opportunities.
And the more you read, the more well-rounded you become. You don't even have to go to college. You can read as many books as you want, and still have the same. In my own personal belief, I got my MD. Oh, well, that's great. And what? Well, I don't know. Still, this is just for example. But you read as much as you can, expand your knowledge. And I wanted to also say that the diversity in the group alone with all of us,
I think there's just a great chemistry. That's how I put it together. It was,
I'm not good at, and plus I'm not good at chemistry and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, pour this in here, and then you do the math.
Hey everybody, this is Ari from Literary Gladiators. It's been a really fun ride. I've really enjoyed working with Literary Gladiators and working with Josh and Charles and everybody to make this show the best that it can be. I had a lot of fun memories with Literary Gladiators. I enjoy making individual videos. I also enjoy being in group discussions, and I enjoyed certain things, like I enjoyed Music Week, and I enjoyed doing episodes like Phantom Tollbooth and Stranger, and the most recently released World War II poetry. But if I had to pick one moment from Literary Gladiators that I really, really enjoyed, one episode that I enjoyed doing, it was the episode about Dr. Seuss, because me and Josh had very different opinions on the matter, and it was interesting to hear about his opinion, and that not all opinions are the same, and that's what Literary Gladiators is all about. So happy 100th episode to Literary Gladiators, and many more. Keep reading.
Let's move on to some more specific details. What are your favorite moments, episodes, videos, things that you greatest moments? Larry?
Greatest moments. Let's see. I enjoyed when we had Dr. Borderline on. I was part of 2 of those episodes, or maybe three. And those are always fun. I like him. He's great. Let's see. So let's see what else. I like some of the ones that are good. No, like they're all good. But
Gee, thanks.
But,
probably the ones I'm not in.
no, Charlie, that's not true.
I'm kidding.
Let's see. I want to pick a couple of the ones that I've seen that I was not in. I'm having a hard time remembering. Frankenstein. That's an early
That
one.
was one of the first.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Also, The Road Not Taken. I think that's the first one I ever saw.
That was our pilot.
Well, there you go. That's why. Those are both really, really excellent. I guess that's when I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. Was after watching those discussions, because it was just so interesting. I'd never seen people talking about literature like that. I mean, seriously.
And I must say, with The Road Not Taken, my views have really altered since that episode.
Have they?
Yes, I think reading into it, and then reading the background, and then reading more into Robert Frost, I think my point of view has really changed. I see it much more, less symbolically and more satirically, or much more satirical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's not really like.
I think he's poking
choices
at
on the
indecisiveness as opposed to.
Should I have the steak or should I have the fish?
In the end, it doesn't matter.
Yes. And I think he does that with more than just. He does it with Mending Wall and some of his others. My favorite, which we're going over, is Home Burial.
And also the Sylvia Plath episodes. I think she's really interesting. I haven't been in any of those, but
Those are some really. Both of them are in our top 10 when it comes to viewership, and especially since Kelsey and I have completely different opinions on Sylvia Plath.
it's always fun too. When there's a disagreement, that's great because that's where you learn the most. I think is when you have 2 opposing ideas going at each other.
And we've never, even though it's called Literary Gladiators, we've never actually, we always use our words. We never, when the camera stops rolling, we're all still friends.
Sure. Yeah, disagreement is not the reason to end friendships, for sure.
Austin?
So for me, I just think Sylvia Plath, there's always a lot you can talk about. I happen to love Sylvia Plath, so I enjoy those episodes. The first episode, I think, that really got me involved. I'm good friends with Kelsey, and I know she loves E. Cummings, and I know there was a video on E. Cummings that she did.
It was our 4th season finale.
Yeah, and so that was, one that was really cool to me, and one that was like, this is so awesome. But everything that I've been involved with has been great, and like I said, it's my first season here, so I'm just going to shout out names of books that I don't know if they've done videos of, but maybe now I'm going to force someone's hand. But I love their episode on James Baldwin stuff. I love their episode on the Dharma Bums by Kerouac. Yeah,
I've read that.
We were supposed to go over Giovanni's Room.
I love the episode on Giovanni's Room.
That was held back a few times.
Okay. Love the episode on everything that, we had that great episode about Audre Lorde. It was lovely. I loved it. Great.
Did you get to see the gift that I got Kelsey for that episode?
I think so.
You didn't know there was going to be a quiz, did you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, there's a quiz? Oh.
Already. Charlie?
All right. Well, some of the favorite episodes are usually,
It's empty and everything.
I was going to say his water broke. That was, you know what? Making some jokes that were obviously enough to make everybody laugh. A lot of you may just, like, yeah, right. But still, this is not a whole thing this is not a comedy routine for me. Sometimes it might seem like it because I go on a tangent a lot. But it's, this episode's, the holiday episodes, especially when it's getting real close to the holidays.
Christmas episodes are classic,
Sure.
especially
Charlie
the most
Claus.
with Charlie
Yeah,
Claus.
yeah. Just take a look at that one. And take a look at that
Hysterical.
one. Yeah. And I was in a Santa suit then, and I'll just do it again. For this episode, I'm in a kilt.
That's how you celebrate number 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus I have another function to go to later, but then I don't ever have time to change. So I wore I just put on my kilt and I said, what the heck, And I had this on a few other episodes that we filmed earlier, and sitting down is going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, being the musical producer is also another thing. Because I'm using my musical ability to say, let's take this and like I said earlier, it is hard to take words and put it into music. Some people say not really, but yeah, it can be at times. And I've tried that myself. But when I did my individual video on drum taps, I knew what I was going to be doing. And that was also my thesis in college. But also the atmosphere, friendly.
Your thesis and your first individual video.
Yep. And I knew what I was going to do for the drumming on that. War commands and stuff like that. But still, and of course the ones where we all have a good laugh and just where there's food as well.
I would say my favorite. I really thought that the Christmas episode from 2015 is just classic. It was Charlie Claus,
Yep.
and you had Larry, Brianna, and I just talking about Christmas works, and just Lainey showing up.
Yeah, we needed a moderator, so I got on the phone with the missus. I'm like, get me a moderator. Mrs. honey, you want that mistletoe later? Okay, anyway,
Right.
let's go.
But otherwise, I thought it was great when we had Dr. Esposito on.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that we had an instructor who is also a lieutenant governor candidate is just quite amazing. And this whole the interaction that we've had with the BookTube community, and I thought discussions on Dracula, the Metamorphosis, works from our childhood.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
It was just so they were so remarkable. But I think that overall the best part about Literary Gladiators for me is when people say how much they enjoy taking part in this and how much they want to come back and do more. And also the interaction that I've had with fellow booktubers and how much they appreciate our videos and appreciate
we thank you for
the
it.
interaction that I've engaged in and valued our presence, which means a lot.
So, anyway, Austin, since this is your first season, what was your first impression of me? Just curious. Just let me have it.
No, I mean, nothing. Just you have a lot of energy.
I do have a lot of energy. Usually the cookie actually calms me down, but it's, I do have a lot of energy. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. But no, I'd say, especially when we're talking about works that are 99% about the underlying theme of death, it's good to have that little bit of comic relief in there, even though sometimes I do tend to overdo it, and I'm not doing it on purpose, but still.
Unless it's in the case of Arlene Sardine.
Yeah, well, yeah. Watch that episode, and then you'll question your sanity. But
Next thing we're going over, what do you see up ahead for Literary Gladiators? Larry?
The future is bright, and it's only going to get brighter.
like the sun.
Better put your shades on.
You better put on your shades, man.
I don't need shades because these are
You're going to
transitions.
knock it up and... what's a unit of measurement of light?
Lumens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna knock
yeah,
it up a few lumenses. No, I hope to see a lot of good things come. Let's read more and talk more. I'm game. So,
Mhm.
so all you gotta do is invite me and I'll be here.
Oh, excellent.
Not to, lay any confidential information out, but, I heard that we're going to have an actual gladiating video where we're gonna take books and actually gladiate with them. So that'll be cool. So stay tuned for that. But apart from that, I just see Literary Gladiators growing, getting more people on the panel with varied opinions on different books. Yeah, and I think that or not just books, but any written work. And I see us starting to debate some more philosophical things of literature, like receipts from Wawa. It's written, it's work. Let's talk about it. So
why did you get 7 things of Little Debbie cupcakes? Well, Mom, I'm working as a substitute teacher. I'm entitled to a cupcake.
What do you see up ahead, Charles?
I see, as Larry's brilliantly. Do I have a speech impediment today? The future is bright. There's as long as we keep going forward, pressing on. It does take a lot of time and effort because we're all taking the time out of the day to read some works that are really lengthy, and then saying, well, what do we think? How can I make a good argument? And as long as I was always taught and Dr. Tom's, she said to me, Charlie, it's not brain surgery. There is no right or wrong answer. It's not, So but you can defend yourself. Well, and I've said this many other times. As long as you can defend your thesis or your claim, then it has validity to it. I can't talk today. Thank you for watching the show. But no, I'm hoping we'll get more viewers and more subscribers. And if you're sitting here now watching and you haven't clicked the like button or subscribe, please do. And you're in for a real treat.
I say that the future is going to come down to how well the show progresses and grows, and I think that it is by all means a team effort. Yeah. I think that I have a great group of people going into this season and beyond that are very enthralled with this particular web show project, and if we all if it's something that people remain interested in, we can definitely acquire more people and engage in some more fascinating and intriguing discussions. And I think that if the viewers see the same and see something in us, our future is really bright up ahead, and it'll be I think we can go really far with the show. And I highly encourage people to like, comment, and subscribe.
Let us know what you think. Say hey.
I think by the time this is coming out, we're already in one of our newer projects, the Guest Contributor Series, where we're getting people from all walks to submit and take part in the discussion.
Now it's your turn.
Where I'm getting writers, book bloggers, booktubers, Goodreads reviewers, relevant instructors, and just anything we wanted to say before we went on our way.
Yeah, we hope to see you. We hope to see you, and we can't physically see you, but still you can see us. But continue to watch us and see what you think.
Yeah, and comment. Tell us what you think.
Yes,
so
we need your opinions.
Yeah, we do.
Get the guy with the drumsticks off every now and then.
It's quite solid how we've done this 100 times. We've released 100 standard episodes because we have so many more since we did individual videos.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't count, right, toward the 100?
They don't count toward this particular 100 count, but if you put them together, we have over 200.
Yeah.
But
that's a milestone.
It is a lot.
Quite active in the, but it goes to show you how much we have to say, and I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's great.
We want to hear what you have to say, so make sure it's interactive, like Larry was saying. Let us know what you think of the episodes, what you think about the books we're reading, or the literature that we're reading, and what you want to hear us talk about.
And by all means, go back and watch some of our older episodes, and
you can see how
tell us what you think, because we'll be happy to respond in any which way. Alrighty then. Be sure to keep joining us for Literary Gladiators. I hope you keep tuning in, and as always, I encourage you to keep reading.